Hi everybody, this is Terry Pace. I'm a holistic health coach and I'm grateful to Suffolk County for inviting me to do these little workshops to support the employees on the front lines. I used to be a county employee before I retired 5 years ago, and I've been kind of exploring being a holistic health coach and supporting a team of over 4,000 people right here on Long Island. And so we welcome you. Today, we're actually going to go through some daily habits that you can do to improve your digestive health naturally. I'll share some very simple routines and maybe some of my favorite essential oils that support digestive function and comfort. It's my intention that you leave here today with simple steps that you can take to enjoy digestive ease. And for people who maybe don't have a background in using essential oils, let's just start with a brief overview of what is an essential oil and what are their health benefits. So an essential oil is distilled from the plants, the leaves, the flowers, bark, stems, the roots, or as in the case of citrus fruits, it's distilled from the rind. They're naturally occurring, volatile, aromatic compounds. It's nature's chemistry, right? It is a message-carrying molecule. So the essential oil is produced by the plant as part of its own defensive or recovery mechanisms, or as part of its communication, right? It attracts pollinators, or sometimes it can repel pests. It also helps protect it from environmental threats or recover from, let's say microbial or fungal attacks. And these three things, protection, recovery, and healing, or communication, are the things that it does for us when we use it, right? Like, we get the protection from environmental threats. We get improved communication, and I'm talking about intercellular communication. This is a messenger molecule, and it helps us heal or repair damaged cells. So we use them very easily, right? The first way we use them is aromatically, right? The first thing you'll notice about an essential oil is it has an aroma, right? You breathe it in and use it to clean the air, open your airways, and uplift your mood, right? When we put it in a diffuser, it blankets the whole room, and so anybody who's in the room gets to enjoy the benefits. We can also use it topically for more localized benefits, right? We apply them, in the area where we want to impact, right? So if you have, pain in your head, you'll kind of put it right on that tension spot, like maybe it's the back of your neck or your temples. We also can take them internally, right? When you're choosing to take them internally, right? Put them in water, in a veggie cap. You can even drop a drop underneath your tongue, right? But you have to make sure that it's rated by the FDA as a supplement, right? You need to be able to take it internally and know that it's safe, right? Not all essential oils are created equal. And so I always make sure I look for that supplement facts label. So, but I do want to remind you that no matter which way you take it, right? If it's on you, it's in you. If you're breathing it in, you're breathing it into your body. And so even if you're not taking it by mouth internally, it's getting inside your body, right? So it's really important that you use a certified pure therapeutic grade essential oil. So when you have a pure and potent oil, what's possible, right? Well, within 22 seconds, they can they see that molecule, right, that aromatic compound starts affecting brain chemistry, right? That quick. In 2 minutes, they detect it in the bloodstream, and within 22 minutes, it is in every single cell of the body, right? And here's a quick example, right? So this is a person's blood, right? You could tell that they're kind of clumped together. The cells are misshapen, and this is a live show that I took a clip from, And you can see that they're kind of lethargic and not really moving very well. They applied an essential oil and then 30 seconds later took another blood sample from the same person. And this is what it looked like. In 30 seconds, we have very dramatic changes that are immediate, right? 30 seconds later, right? And so we have the opportunity to have some really amazing impact in the body when we're using a therapeutic grade essential oil. And when you have some stomach discomfort, fast is something that we want, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the digestive tract, right? Your digestive system is this processing plant inside the body. It pulls in food and it pushes it through these organs and structures where all the processing happens, right? The fuel that we need, right? All the vitamins and minerals and all the stuff that we need is kind of extracted, and we eliminate what we no longer can use, right? We have many different organs that are part of this system, right? The small and large intestine, the stomach, the esophagus, but you also have these accessory organs, the pancreas, the gallbladder, liver, even your the salivary glands. They help facilitate the process of breaking down the food into an absorbable form, right? So we have a complex system that coordinates all this chemistry to get things done. I just want to kind of go into depth here about your microflora, because generally it is the health of the microflora that creates a healthy condition for us, right? And so living on the villi of the intestinal tract is this thing, it's called microflora. And they're little hair-like substances, right? They kind of look like algae to me. And it's almost as large as a tennis court. I'm like, it's enormous how much of this kind of structure you have. And this kind of friendly bacteria it aids digestion, and it prevents the colonization of these pathogenic microorganisms that cause our sickness, our disease, our discomfort. And so our goal is to minimize the colonization of these microorganisms that are, kind of disrupting rather than helping. The microflora, right, they actually produce this byproduct that creates an environment in which the harmful microorganisms cannot flourish, right? So we really need these all around. And one of the best things that I learned was they actually help train the cells that are in your digestive tract that are responsible for your immune response. So I really think that's amazing that if you don't have enough of them, you're not training our response. Remember, this is where we're bringing the outside world into our body. And so your digestive system is on high alert. They want to make sure that anything that's coming in is something that is supposed to be in, and that is something we can use. And you know how quickly, when something's not good, how fast it gets expelled, right? So what are some of the threats to the microflora? And one of the biggest ones is stress. We all experience stress, and stress can affect how well these microflora flourish, right? Creates an acidic environment, and sometimes that kills them. We know that there's chemicals and toxins that we're exposed to, both in our air and the food we eat, and in some of the processed foods that we experience, right? Having lots of sugar in a diet can be unhealthy for microflora. And taking antibiotics, we've all taken them on occasion in our lives, but they're highly disruptive to the microflora that's in your digestive tract. And once you have compromised microflora, we have underactive immunity. Like, our immune system starts to become dysfunctional because 70% of your immune system lies in the walls of the digestive tract. Boy, that's a tongue twister. You can have, no energy, that bloating feeling, you know, or cramping. And of course, you know, we sometimes develop sensitivities to certain types of foods and end up with maybe some chronic GI challenges. So, you know, there's a lot going on here, and we want to create a condition where the right bacteria is in your digestive tract, kind of directing traffic and creating an environment that's going to help us process our food and absorb the nutrients that we need and properly eliminate everything that we don't use, right? And so, you know, that's kind of like, you know, what goes on in your digestive tract. So before I go into some of the simple solutions, I want to help impress upon you how important digestive health is to our immune system, right? You know, we have 70% of our immune response that starts in the digestive tract. And so if you have, you know, digestive issues, you likely also have immune dysfunction. We also know that nearly every brain-controlling hormone, neurotransmitter, they're all being produced in the gut, right? Hormones and neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, right? These help create your perspective and your mood, right? How we experience stress, all of those things are being produced, right? There's this two-way communication between the gut and the brain. It's why you stop eating when you feel full, right? It's why anxiety can ruin your appetite, right? There's this connection between your brain and your gut. And we also have, you know, the gut being home to over 100 million neurons. That's more than the spinal cord has, right? So this is why the gut is often referred to as our second brain, right? It has this enteric nervous system, and it's found in all the tissues of the esophagus, the stomach, the small intestine, and the colon, right? And so this is going to now have an impact on your mood, right? Your emotions are controlled in that enteric nervous system. So digestive health will affect how we think, how we process life, how we, you know, respond emotionally, and how we react to the stimuli in our immune system. So it's super important. And so I'm glad you're here, because I'd love to share. Well, there are simple things that we can do. And the first one is to take a probiotic, right? Make sure that your probiotic has, you know, pre and probiotic, right? Prebiotic fiber is needed to help the probiotic have something to eat, right? The probiotic needs to be fed in order to be strong and implant itself in the walls of your digestive tract. It's kind of like, you know, the prebiotic fiber that can be in a single double encapsulation. So the outer capsule is that spreading out the picnic blanket, so that the probiotic, when it releases a little while later, has something to eat. And this is how we make sure that we get the right microbes, and that it's not being killed in the stomach acid, and that it actually implants itself and thrives because it's healthy and has something to eat, right? I don't know if you could see here, but like this is the double encapsulation, and it's my favorite probiotic. We also have to support all of the eliminating organs. Part of our digestive discomfort comes from the fact that we're not really eliminating everything, right? After it's been processed, it's kind of hanging around, right? It's like a little toxic soup. So our liver function is the key, right? Liver is involved in everything. And we need to make sure we have the right nutrients to fortify the colon, right? All those other organs that were in that picture, right? The colon, the large and small intestine, and some of your glands, right? We want to make sure they have the right energy to protect and detoxify, and we have to reduce free radical damage, right? Which is how we avoid excessive inflammatory response, right? We know that many of much of our discomfort starts with inflammation of. So there's lots of things, right? There's clove bud, milk thistle, marshmallow root, dandelion, right? The thing that grows like a weed in your, an unwelcome weed in your lawn, right? Burdock root, as well as, safflower, right? So all of these things, there's a couple of different supplements that I like that have this all combined in the right supplement to take care of all of the eliminating organs, which includes your kidneys, your liver, your lungs, your skin. So what are some of the other very simple things we can do, right? Here's some of my favorite essential oils. So the mint oils are really great. There's a lot of science about how they help healthy digestion. They're stimulating and energizing, and they flood our system with oxygen, which helps improve any system, including the digestive tract, right? You can take them internally, or you could just put them on topically if you have bloating or some kind of discomfort. You can take them under the tongue if you want something really quick. And the side benefit is that you're going to have a little bit more mental clarity and alertness, right? You put the oil on your hand. I'll actually demonstrate right now. So you take that oil, you just put it on your hand, rub your hands together, just breathe in deeply, right? It's going to flood oxygen, right? We know that cells are healthier when they have the right amount of oxygen. And so if we want to improve the function of a particular system, we need to get more oxygen into that system. I also have some favorite citrus oils. Why? Well, because they are toxic cleansers, right? They get all the junk out. They're also a great way to promote a healthy inflammatory response, right? Again, right, reducing inflammation, particularly in the gut, is important. So, we're going to have a side benefit, right? When we're lifting the mood, right? All the citrus oils are really great mood uplifters. And that helps us with that, anxiousness, right? Like when you're anxious or your mood is off, it's associated with, a tender tummy, right? So we want to, remember that there's this association between mood and digestive health. So even while maybe your digestive functions off a little bit and you're not producing the right chemistry, by using the citrus oils, either in the diffuser or put them in your water, right, you're going to enjoy a more stable mood, which, is often off while we're trying to return the digestive tract to its healthy function. I also love the wood oils, right? Frankincense, Siberian fir, vetiver, right? They all help us manage stress naturally, right? When we're calm, we have less digestive discomfort that's related to like the stress and the tension that we're experiencing, right? That you get in your belly when, oh God, like maybe it's a critical conversation you will have to have, or maybe there's a deadline looming at work. Maybe it's just that everything is so disruptive now. Like our routines are off, we're quarantined, we have all this stuff going on, and that creates this tension, and it's all because of the stress, right? And so, I love to use them to help calm me down and just apply them either on the abdomen directly. You can put them on the bottom of your feet, sometimes even the back of my neck. Whenever I notice that I'm having, a tense moment, I just, grab my wood oils and breathe them in deeply. The side benefit here is that it quiets the chatter that's going on in your brain, right? Like when you're laying in bed and you're exhausted, but like you're just going through the whole day and all the stuff. And so wood oils are really good to kind of quiet that mind chatter. And so they're going to help improve your sleep too. So, lots of side benefits. While we're using an essential oil to improve our digestive function, we're going to get a lot of other things at the same time. So here's some of my favorite spice oils, right? These are ones that you'd normally find in your, you know, like near your stove, where you cook with them, right? They're all really good, right? Spices are well known for their ability to aid digestion and soothe occasional stomach upset, right? They have, you know, really, I'm always marveling at how the herbs that taste good enough where you'd want to eat them are the very ones that help create a stable environment in that digestive tract, balancing the good and bad bacteria, right? So they're going to help improve digestion. They can ease motion sickness or indigestion after a big meal, right? And help you just maintain that healthy digestive system, right? Just apply it topically to your abdomen as needed, or you could take it internally, and if you're like me, you can, you know, add a drop or two to your favorite recipe. I just want to mention Digestive is a blend of oils, right? So ginger, fennel, coriander help ease that occasional stomach discomfort. And then you have peppermint, tarragon, anise, right? Didn't you ever take anisette, like for an upset stomach? Like these are things that we normally grab, right? When you're nauseous, you grab ginger, right? So, and fennel, like, you know, Italian families, you know, often have fennel after a big meal, right? Your big holiday meals, you might chew on some fennel, and that is going to help promote a healthy digestive tract. So what else can we do? Well, one of the biggest things, it's super simple, right? When you're dehydrated, you're sending less oxygen to your organs, right? And so that causes more disruption, right? And so drink more water, right? Get yourself up to, you know, 50 to 60% of your body weight in ounces of water, right? If you're 100 pounds, you should be drinking somewhere around 60 ounces a day, right? I know that people think they drink a lot of water, but oftentimes you're a little shy. So avoid dehydration and, you know, the ills that happens. We also need to be well hydrated in order to eliminate everything properly, right? Get rid of that toxic load, which causes some of that stomach upset. So what else can we do? Well, if you want more than just a simple solution, perhaps you might want to consider doing a wellness detox. I have lots of different, you know, kind of programs where, you know, it could be 1 week, 3 weeks, a month. You know, I kind of let people like dial it up or down based on what are they trying to accomplish, and, you know, what kind of effort do they want to put into it. So, you know, think about that. So our success lies in our daily routines. What will you do each and every day to help improve digestive function and enjoy more comfort? Right? We're walking towards our health or away from it one step at a time. Right? Evaluate every single choice that you make that will bring you closer to that goal. Right? If you know that that particular food isn't really going to agree with you, like, you know, let's eliminate that from our diet. Right? I am, you know, really aware of how stressful it must be to be, you know, trying to get your job done under these circumstances. And so I invite you to just reach out to me. You could fill out this form, or you can connect with me. I'm on, you know, Facebook or, you know, Instagram. I have a Vimeo channel with lots of different recorded topics. But I would really like you to just, you know, enjoy digestive health and maybe, you know, get a sample or two. I'm going to put it in the chat, but if you just send me an email to simply.natural@optimum.net, I will send you some samples. I've been putting little goodie bags together for, you know, for frontline workers or for essential workers to help them navigate the stress and digestive discomfort that comes with it. So, so what's next? What are we doing next? So, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we'll be doing a essential oils for immune support. And then Saturday afternoon, we're doing essential oils for mental health. Next Friday, we're doing like, you know, a wellness detox. What are the basics? And then, oh, actually, the other date is the 22nd, Friday the 22nd at 3 p.m. We're doing science behind essential oils. And so we invite you to come and join us. There's lots and lots to learn. And we hope that this has been valuable to you. Before we close, does anybody have any questions or comments? Okay, well then I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us.